This lesson is on Pythagorean Theorem. The outcomes are, given a right triangle, I can use the Pythagorean Theorem to determine the length of a missing side. And we're also going to be talking about the converse of the Pythagorean Theorem. And so the second outcome is I can use the converse of the Pythagorean Theorem to determine if given sides can form the sides of a right triangle. We are going to go into notes and practice. So please open your notebook to notes and practice, and let's start talking. The Pythagorean theorem is used to find the missing side of a right triangle. This is a lesson that we talked about last year for a little bit. Leg, leg, toe-to-toe hypotenuse. This is a right triangle, and the sides are the legs, and across from the right angle is the hypotenuse. This is when I told you to take your feet and make the letter L, and then we pointed, so that's a foot, and then this is another foot, and then we pointed toe-to-toe and said that that was the hypotenuse. The leg are represented with the variables A and B. The hypotenuse is represented with the letter C. The theorem says that to find the side of a missing right triangle, you use A squared plus B squared equals C squared. The steps for using the Pythagorean theorem are on the blue wall, but here is an example. We're going to do two problems. This first problem, the legs are, let's say 4 and 3. This is the hypotenuse that we have to find. Remember, the legs are A and B. It doesn't matter which one is A and which one is B. So the theorem is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. This is a leg, this is a leg. So 4 squared plus 3 squared equals C squared. 4 squared is 4 times 4, which is 16, and 3 times 3, which is 9, equals C squared. 16 plus 9 is 25. We're solving an equation. Then we have to take the square root of C squared in order to determine what C is. And we see that C is 5. So for this problem, C equals 5. Now, when the hypotenuse is given and one leg is given, let's say that this is 13 and this one is 12, and we have to find a leg. First thing we do is write the formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Substitute what we know. We are missing a leg. We have one leg, and then this is the hypotenuse. This is 144. 13 squared is 169. We need to solve for A squared, so we're going to subtract 144 from both sides, and A squared is going to be equal to 25. Then we have to take the square root of 25, and we get 5. So the missing leg is 5. When you are given two legs, you square them, add them, take the square root. When you are given a leg and a hypotenuse, you square them, subtract them, and take the square root.